Tensions in the Gulf remain high as the United States and Iran continue to exchange fire near the Strait of Hormuz, even as Washington insists that the ceasefire is still holding. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said that the ceasefire with Iran is not over despite fresh military exchanges in the Gulf region. He claimed that the U.S. has secured a safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz with hundreds of commercial ships now preparing to transit the key waterway. The U.S. military says that it has sunk 6 Iranian small boats and intercepted missiles and drones under Project Freedom, launched by President Donald Trump to escort stranded tankers. Listen in.
No, the ceasefire is not over. Ultimately, this is a separate and distinct project, and we expected there would be some churn at the beginning, which happened. And we said we would defend and defend aggressively, and we absolutely have. Iran knows that. Any threat needs to be taken seriously. And just like those 6 attack boats that the chairman mentioned were taken seriously and dealt with before there were any real threat to the American military vessels that they were approaching. And that is small craft like that are all that Iran has left. Their ability to close with a destroyer of the capabilities that we have is limited, but we're going to take it very seriously and kinetically, quickly. We're not going to allow a threat to gather. And I can tell you, even from just this morning, the strategy remains laser focused. In fact, what I think you see from Project Freedom is that we're not allowing ourselves to get distracted. This is a separate and distinct effort, temporary in nature, that we plan to hand over to the world. The world has expressed a desire to be a part of this. As is often the case, or maybe almost always the case, American leadership is required. So the president was willing to undertake this, send commercial ships through, send destroyers in, provide this red, white, and blue bubble of protection, and encourage the world to step up. Because ultimately, this waterway is, as I said, far more crucial to the rest of the world, and they need to have the ability to defend it. So I think this is a reflection of a laser-focused strategy.
But the situation on the ground remains volatile. Several merchant vessels reported explosions and fires in the Gulf, while an oil port in the United Arab Emirates, home to a major U.S. base, was hit by Iranian missile strikes. General Caine, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said that Iran has repeatedly targeted commercial ships and U.S. forces since the ceasefire announcement in April, but added that the attacks have so far stayed below the threshold of full-scale war.
The examples and samples of Iranian attacks against commercial vessels in the Strait, as well as the Gulf of Oman, and up in the Arabian Gulf. Since the ceasefire was announced, Iran has fired at commercial vessels 9 times and seized 2 container ships, and they've attacked U.S. forces more than 10 times, all below the threshold of restarting major combat operations at this point. You can also see the group of tankers and cargo vessels in the U.S. blockade line, as I mentioned. As a result of Iran's indiscriminate attacks across the region, there are currently 22,500 mariners embarked on more than 1,550 commercial vessels trapped in the Arabian Gulf, unable to transit. In addition to shipping, Iran has continued to deliberately attack its neighbors. Just yesterday, Iran attacked Oman once and the UAE 3 times, including an attack on Fujairah oil terminal, which was successfully defeated. They also launched cruise missiles, drones, small boats at U.S. forces defending commercial shipping in the Straits, and United States Navy MH-60 helicopters and Army AH-64 Apache helicopters successfully defeated those threats.